Hi, Val.
Hi. Who is it?
Marty Lowe.
Hi,
The past.
Marty. How are you? And Susie, I think you're there too, right? Oh, Marty, how are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm happy to be able to take your class. So
I'm happy you are here.
I
don't
know what washcloth with lavender. Do you still do that?
What did you say? Oh, I know. I wish I could just come through there. I should just take my little towels and put them up there and hope you can feel it wafting through.
I've got mine ready.
Okay, I know, aren't we all, baby? I hope we can touch again one day. I'm gonna enter some few more people. Okay. Hi. Who's that? Let's see. Diane. Hi, Diane. Hi, Susie. You're there. Barbara. Barbara's coming in. Two Barbaras.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi, Barbara. Hi, everybody. Oh, you guys don't know how happy this makes me. And now I love you all, but I will be muting you, just so you know. I mean, if I were you, I would mute me, but it's the same. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, so Marty, I'm gonna push mute for you, okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. I will try to pay attention if somebody, I mean, it's kind of hard. I'm just gonna have to ask you guys to wing it with me. And if there's anything you don't like of what's happening in class, then you just, you know, redesign it for yourself. Okay, Marty, I'm muting you now. I'm gonna add a few more people. Let's see. Diana. Barbara. Again, I think. Okay, all right, we're gonna give it just another minute or two. I'm gonna see how to make my screen. I'm just learning this, you guys, clearly. So let me make my screen bigger. Kelly, how do I make my screen big? All I see is Marty. Here, I'm gonna turn that off. Let me just, there, okay. All right. And we are good to go. Ladies, hi. Okay. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, total transparency, we are winging this class a little bit today. I was actually, I think all of you that are on there know me pretty well and know that I'm not usually a preparer. I let the class come through me as best I can, like from, I don't know from where. I don't know where it comes from. Let me add somebody else in, sorry. But I'm trusting today. I meditated, I prayed, I asked for whatever is supposed to come through. And I trust that we will enjoy this together. So, that being said, I want to make sure that if you can keep your things muted, that's helpful, even though I really love to hear you guys. And I hope that you can see okay, that the lighting is okay. My friend told me last week it was a little dark. If it's dark, somebody unmute and let me know and I can play with the lighting for a second. And then besides that, some props, same thing. If anybody has a yoga block, that's always good to have. If you don't have a block, some books acting as a block. They don't have to be spiritual like this one that I didn't read.
We love you.
What?
We love you.
I love you guys too. I love you too. Okay, and then I love you, Diana. This is a strap. So a strap, no, just kidding. Strap for, you know, just to stretch a little bit further than your body might want to on its own. And a blanket or a bolster is fantastic. Okay, so this class is called a restorative class. In a typical restorative class, we use a lot of props. We help the props get us into positions that our body can kind of yield around or relax around, and then we soften into it and we breathe. We're not going to have a typical restorative class where we'll get into some yin poses and hold them. We are going to do a teeniest bit of flow, just to move in and out of the poses, and that's it. We're gonna breathe and we're gonna enjoy this, you guys. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you're having a lot of insights during this time. I can speak for myself that it's quite a ride. It's fascinating. It's huge. It's huge. So I said last week, and I'm just going to give it again, if anybody wants to reach out to me, vbl308@gmail.com, you know, just to talk about tools that you might be using or that I could suggest to you that are helping me to stay sane, and not only sane, but really like growing and transforming during this time. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes, give your shoulders a roll up, back, and down. Sit nice and tall through the crown of the head. Allow yourself to sink down through the sit bones. And with your eyes closed, begin the process of active, conscious breathing. Taking some moments to bring your awareness to your breath in an exploratory way. Allowing yourself to find the breath. Take a few natural breaths that you're not trying to maneuver or manipulate in any way. Just do that for a few breaths. Start to notice along with your breath, maybe some sounds in the room, or maybe you're hearing something from outside. See if you can feel the environment a little bit on your body, the coolness of the air or the warmth. Notice the smells. Practicing pure presence. Total awareness. Complete focus on this moment. And then taking a very, very deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. And one more time, nice deep breath in through the nose. And a big letting it out. Good, and then just flutter your eyes open. See if you can notice a calm that's maybe come over you. I'm just gonna give you guys a little heads up that I'm noticing, and trust me, everything that I teach you, I'm learning myself, and sometimes I get it and sometimes I don't, but I really believe that the way to slow down time and almost stop this illusion of time is what we just did, becoming very, very present, being very aware of what's right in front of you. Every little detail takes you out of your mind, out of your future thinking, out of your regrets of the past, any fear, it all goes away. You are completely present, time stops, and I think we can maybe slow down aging a bit that way too. Okay, hands to prayer, center of the heart. Turn your chin to your chest. Look inside of your own heart from your mind and ask the question to you, what do I really, really want from this class? What do I want? What do I need? Lift up your gaze, open your eyes, and so it is. Inhale your arms out and up. Interlace your fingers at the top, turn the palms up, draw the shoulders down, and take a release over to your right hand side. So if this, again, hurts the shoulder, the neck in any way, I want you to play around with the positioning of the neck. You can also frame the back of your head, pointing the elbow upward, and breathe 3 deep breaths into the left side of your body. Good. Come on back up to center, arms up to the top, shoulders down, and a twist over towards your left. You can take the gaze up, you can frame the back of the head. 3 deep breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, release the hands down. Give the shoulders a shrug. Extend your legs out in front of you. Take a moment, remove all the flesh from the sit bones, so make sure that you feel really rooted in through the bottom. And I just want you to sit here still for a moment. And there is no stillness in this, because if you are not activating your core, then you will probably look more like this and slumping. And I want you to see if you can roll the shoulders back and down, flex the feet so it's actually active, draw in through the core, and send the breath upward through the crown of the head. Turn the palms up, close your eyes. We're doing a little seemingly nothingness, but we're really working our core. 3 deep breaths. Anytime you turn your palms up, if you choose to, you can use it up as an opportunity to ask to receive like higher information, receiving. And let it go. Just kind of shake it out. Bring the soles of your feet together. Baddha Konasana. Draw in the feet. Roll the shoulders back and down. Sit up nice and tall again. I want you to take your elbows and wedge them into the inside of the knees. Take a lift, inhaling up, and then exhale, folding forward. And I am not exaggerating when I tell you guys that I am at my full capacity fold, and I want you to be comfortable wherever you land as well. Let's take 5 breaths here. I'm tucking my chin to my chest to stretch the back of my neck. 5 deep breaths. Relax your face and your jaw. Notice if you can allow the torso to become heavy and just the folding forward to create an opening in the inner thighs, groin area. 1 more breath. And all the way up. Very good. Go ahead and shake out your legs in front of you. We're coming into a tabletop position. I am 100% using padding under my knees today, and probably every day going forward for the rest of my life, but maybe you want to also. If you do, just place a blanket or anything cushy underneath the knees. We're going to move through the spine a little bit and wake up the back. Before we do that, let's go ahead and just flex the feet. Come on up to your knees, flex your feet. This can be really painful to some people, and it can be a no-brainer to others. You're going to know from my movements which person I am. You're going to have a seat back on the heels. Once again, the offering, the inquisition for higher information to come through, as it's always trying to do. Palms up, sitting back on the heels if you can make it. If you have any knee issues, you can always place something underneath for support. And if it's too much, bring your hands down or just mix it all together. About 3 more breaths here, stretching into the feet, opening up those toes. I always joke that we're so lucky to live in Florida wearing sandals that go like this. Right now, we're probably barefoot most of the time, but okay, go ahead and come back to tabletop. Gently tap the tops of the feet. I'm gonna add somebody into class. Sorry, 1 second. I'd like you to roll through your cat-cows. So start to run through your cat-cows. Hi, Diane. Hi, Daniela. Okay, you're working through your cat-cows. We're using the inhale to bring us into a cow stretch where the gaze comes up, the belly drops down, the hips lift. And the exhale, we round into, cat. Lifting through the spine, chin to chest, feeling the spread in the back. Inhaling into cow, exhaling, lifting into cat. 4 more times. Inhale, lift up the gaze, lift up the hips, drop the belly down. Cow. Exhale, cat. 1 more time. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Come to neutral. Kind of shimmy and shake out. Have a seat back on your heels for a second. So I want you to notice as we move through today's practice, something that you've never noticed before in any of the poses. Generally, we take our attention right away to the things that give us the most bang for our buck or the sensation. I want you to see if you can notice something else in the positioning today, bringing your attention to something that you haven't noticed that might be of benefit in any particular pose. Okay, curl the toes under. We're lifting into our first downward facing dog. We won't do very many, but we are going to do a few. Hips up towards the air. Keep the knees bent at first. Make sure you traction your hands to press away from the front of the mat, and then draw the shoulders away from the ear. And then when you're ready, take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, straighten into your legs, drawing the heels down towards the mat, not stressing if they don't get there, just making that effort. Allow yourself to shift side to side. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Take a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, drop back into tabletop. Inhale back into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into neutral. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale this time through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, drop the knees, immediately going into cow. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhaling into neutral. And exhaling, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Nice big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale it out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, drop to the knees, cow. Exhale, round to cat. Listen up, inhale into cow. And exhale, sink back to child's pose. Take some time here. I want you to set up your child's pose. This will be a yin hold. I'm taking my knees to the edges of my mat, sinking back to the heels, extending my arms. And remember that the props are here to help you for support. So if you can't make it back to the heels, put books there. Sit under the books. Take a block, place it under your forehead, and you are in your child's pose. Did I say child's pose? Child's pose. 2 minutes, you guys. Bring it down, relax. So as you allow yourself to really lean into this 2-minute hold, this is where we can do some heavy duty thought awareness work. And I shouldn't really call it work. It's not work. I just want you to become aware of what you're thinking. Posing the question, what am I thinking about right now? What am I thinking about right now? If you notice that you are struggling with your thoughts, if your thoughts are unpleasant to you, or they feel like they're blocking you or challenging you in any way, then you want to search for thoughts that feel better, right thinking thoughts. Usually a thought that feels like a struggle is not really in alignment with who you really are, which is pure love. So ask yourself, what would love think about right now? What would love do? And find a more loving thought. Keep on breathing. You have less than a minute left. Feel the release in the quadriceps. Feel the knees maybe thanking you for any tightness that has built up around them with all of the cardio you're probably doing to pass the time. Maybe all the long walks. We just need to TLC our knees, our legs, our hearts, our minds. And you have 5, 4, 3, 2. Before you come up out of this, walk your hands and your torso over to the right. See if you can place the left hand on top of the right to experience the fullness of the stretch on the left-hand side. And breathe 3 deep breaths, once again, into the side body. Let an inhale bring you back to center. Let an exhale bring you over to the left. Once you tilt over to the left, see if you can take it a little further by extending that right hand on top of the left and feeling that right rib cage open up, all of the muscles opening, stretching. One more deep breath. And bring it back to center, you guys. Okay, if you've placed something under your knees, you're going to want to remove it now because we're going to take ourselves down to our bellies. So just take that and place it aside, keep it nearby. Come onto your bellies. Right away, take your hands and put them on top of each other. It doesn't really matter which hand is on top of the other, but I want you just to take your forehead, third eye center, placing it right on top of the hands. And allow yourself to relax, softening the shoulders, taking a moment of complete rest. When you are ready to find an inhale, I'm going to ask you to widen your feet out to the edges of the mat. Engage the glutes a little bit just to protect the lower back. And then inhale, locking the forehead to the top of the hands and just lifting the top, the head, the hands, the upper back, and exhale, releasing back down. Feel yourself rooting in through the hips, inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, releasing back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lifting, strengthening upper back muscles and down. That was tough. 1 more time. And there we go. Good. Take your hands down by your waist. Press yourself back to child's pose. Take 1 full breath here. And curl the toes and come back up into a downward facing dog. This time, bend the right knee and allow yourself to really, really breathe into that left heel as it makes its way towards the mat. Shake your head no and shake your head yes, and look towards your belly button. Come high to your tippy toes, bend the left knee, fall into that right heel, stretch out that right calf and the Achilles, shake out the head, and downward facing dog. Next, lift the right leg high up into the air. Circle the ankle one way and the other. And then bend the right knee, flex the right foot, and press over towards your left. Waking up that right quad a little bit. See if you can keep your shoulders nice and squared. Lift the leg up high to the sky. Bring the knee in towards the nose and place the right knee down right in the center of the mat as we move right into pigeon. So starting to angle the shin, sliding the left leg back, you're gonna find your way into your pigeon. Okay, so it looks very different for everybody, but I know everybody on this call, on this Zoom class is kind of well-versed at this. So you're gonna find your way into your pigeon. You're gonna use any props that you need to get yourself comfortable. This is probably gonna be one of our longest holds today, and it'll be a 3-minute hold, right-sided pigeon. Bring yourselves down, you guys. Get cushy, get comfortable, and then get really proud of yourself for loving yourself up the way you are right now during this class. 3 minutes. So I know I did not send a playlist out today, and I know that for those of you who have taken my class, that music is such a big part of my class and who I am. So it's interesting to not have that distraction. I'm going to ask you to use that free space in the most valuable way that you can. I think that during this time of quarantine, one of the things that we might be being asked to do or to kind of get comfortable with is tuning inward, allowing ourselves to navigate the world without all the distractions. It's a beautiful thing. It can be a little scary if you're not used to it, a little uncomfortable. I want you to know that there's tools available to you, as simply as breathing, to help you navigate the quiet if it becomes uncomfortable for you. So just go ahead and continue to breathe. Continue to explore the sensation you're feeling in your body, noticing what comes up for you. You're at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Just a little bit longer in this luscious space. Just breathing, just feeling, allowing release, permission, you guys, permission to let it all go. Okay, go ahead and start to lift the top part of your body. See if you can tent your fingertips right next to your hips and open up. Dropping the head back, closing your eyes, letting the neck be open, giving yourself permission to be able to freely speak your truth. And back to neutral. Have a seat over to the right and just turn yourself simply back towards the screen, I guess, right now. So let's open both legs. This is a place for sure to take any supplies that you need out in front of you. Might need to shake out that right leg a little bit. Mine got numb, so I don't know if yours did also. And then we're gonna take any props that we need, place them in front of us. So we can do a wide-legged forward fold. Using the arms to lift you out and up, prayer hands at the top. Send all that energy up. And then a simple forward fold, relaxing your head one side to the other or forehead down. 1.5 minutes hold here. Notice that if you want to make it a little more active, you can flex through the toes and the heels, feeling a little bit more activity in the legs. You can also take any sort of a bind that you want, taking your peace sign fingers, holding onto the big toes, just relaxing down. Or just kind of dump into it. You're at 1 minute. And again, notice what you're thinking about. How resistant are you? What's the story that you're telling around the experience? Our stories and our thinking is everything, you guys, and it's actually also not real. What? So just notice the stories that you tell. Notice the story weavers that we are. And remember that you can change your story and change your thoughts. When you change your thoughts, you change your feelings, you also change your actions. Whoa, okay, go ahead and start to lift up out of it. Remove your supplies. Shimmy your legs together. Turn yourself to the other side of the mat and come into downward facing dog, facing the other way. So shaking out. On an inhale, bring your bodies forward into a plank or a high push-up position. Drop your knees down to the mat and lower once again all the way down to your bellies. Keeping your hands planted by your chest, drawing the shoulders. In fact, you can do a few shoulder rolls here. Shoulders up, back, and down. And then on an inhale, press the palms into the mat, lift up for cobra. And on the exhale, release back down. Again, inhaling, lifting, cobra. And exhaling, releasing back down. Slide your hands down by your waist, shoulders back, pressing palms into the mat, lifting a little bit higher for an upward facing dog. And all the way down. Hands down by your side. Turn your head one way or the other and relax. Feel your heartbeat against the mat. Again, these incredible bodies of ours manifesting our soul, housing the soul. What's working well for you in your body? Gratitude for that. Go ahead and place your forehead back on the mat. Bring your hands right next to your chest and curl your toes underneath. We're going to press up to a plank position. So draw in the belly, press up to plank, back to downward facing dog, where the left leg lifts up towards the sky. Right away, circling the left ankle one way and the other. Bending the left knee and flexing the left foot and pressing over towards your right. And then bringing the knee back into the chest, placing the left knee down on the mat and starting to move into your left-sided pigeon. So again, seeing if you can angle the shin towards the top of the mat, kind of working towards a parallel there. So your left foot would kind of make it right behind your right wrist. We're going to lift up for a minute, tenting, leaning back, and exhale, coming down into your 3-minute pigeon on the left-hand side. So I have a feeling that when we get to go back to whatever life looks like in the future, well, I don't know. I think for me, I think I'm going to maybe have a regret that I'm not journaling more and keeping, paying more attention to the ups and downs of my feelings. And I hate to even call them ups and downs because they're just waves like everything else. Nothing, it's a breathing. You know, we breathe in, we breathe out, lights go on, lights go off. Everything has its opposite. And I'm noticing so many things. And maybe starting today, I'll start writing them out a little bit more, but maybe you guys want to also. Write down what you're feeling. What are you scared of? What are you enjoying about this time? Who are you connecting with? How do you feel when you're connecting with those people? Are they the right people? Or are they fear vomiting on you? Or are they elevating you? Pay attention. You have a rare opportunity here, you guys. We get to be slow enough to know ourselves. Slow ourselves to know ourselves. Sometimes we can't hear through the clutter of the mind and the chaos in the world. But now we can. Keep on breathing. You have 1 minute left. Allow the release. The inhalation creates expansion, opening, stretching. The exhalation is an opportunity to lean in, to receive, to soften. Inhale, open, stretch, expand. Exhale, soften, receive, accept. When you're ready, begin to slowly come out of this left-sided pigeon. So lifting yourself up, taking a little arch back, and then having the seat over to your left. You're going to bring the right leg around. We're going to take ourselves down to our backs. This is when, if we were in class together, you'd be like, I love you, and I'd be like, So go ahead and take all of your supplies. We're going to use what we can, okay? I definitely encourage you to have a block or books. So if you don't have them, you didn't get them in the beginning of class, go ahead and run and get those now. And I'm also going to get my strap. We're going to use what we can tonight. So first things first, just go ahead and plant your feet firmly on the mat. Turn your palms up towards the sky, shoulders down. We're going to slowly bring ourselves down to our backs, using our core muscles. Welcome, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie, for giving us this forum. Okay, all the way down. And all the way down. Walk your feet in. Extend your arms over your head. Can you guys see me? Yeah. Okay, and then pressing into the feet. Backs of the hands on the mat or the floor. Lift up the hips. Big inhale. And exhale, release back down. Again, inhaling, lifting, rounding through the pelvis and all the way up. And exhaling, releasing back down. We're going to do that one more time. Leaving the hips up in the air. Reaching for a block or blocks. Placing it right under the sacrum area for a supported bridge pose. Once you get that under, I'd like you to drop the shoulders back and turn the palms up. At first, keeping the knees bent up towards the sky, and allow yourself to sink in here for about 30 seconds. So dropping the shoulders back gives the chest an opportunity to expand. So that's on a very physical level. I love to think it as allowing the heart to be present first. It would be so nice if we all walked forward with our hearts before anything else. Maybe the ego and all of those other things would lag so far behind, they would just disappear completely. If and when you're ready, we're going to expand on this pose a little bit. I'm going to give you a few options. You're going to decide what's best for you. If you have a block and you'd like to turn it up a notch, make it a little higher, elevating the hips higher in a supported bridge, that's an option. Another option is extending the legs out or taking the feet straight up. So I want you to find your next hold, which will be for a minute, and find the one that works for you. So when you extend your legs like this, and any aches and pains that you have in the hips are able to open and release, it also creates relaxation in the lower back. "20 seconds. And go ahead and start to walk your feet back in. Bring your legs down if they were extended up. Lift up the hips. Remove the block. Take the legs out in front of you. Let the feet fall open, the palms up. Close your eyes and just breathe. Just relax. Let everything neutralize. So while we roll through these poses, it's really, really nice if you can every now and then to take these neutral moments just to kind of digest what we did, let it sink in. And throughout your day, if you can do the same, kind of stopping activity every now and then, just neutralizing before you move on to the next. You could also do these brief pauses just with your mind through your breath every now and then, just taking a little internal time out, a moment in silence. Good. Open up your eyes. Inhale your arms behind you. Reach your feet out in front of you, big morning stretch. And then exhale, draw the knees into the chest, lift up your head, and relax the head back down. Go ahead and rock yourself side to side, massaging out that lower back. Extending the left leg down in front of you, keeping hold of the right foot. So this is a good time to grab for your strap if you need it. We're taking that right leg up towards the sky. If you don't need it or don't have it, that's fine. Just extend the leg up. You can hold behind the knee, the thigh. Otherwise, take the strap on the foot, extending the leg. The deeper of a flex that you put in the heel, the more sensation and stretch you're going to feel in the back of the leg, hamstrings. Let's give ourselves 5 deep breaths here. Right leg is extended up. Left leg is extended down. Maybe one more breath. And then bending the left knee, we're sending the right leg out to the side. You can continue to hold the strap. If you didn't need that, you can always take a toe bind. What we want to be mindful of is not letting that left hip come off the mat. So take your hand and symbolically press that left hip back down. And 5 breaths. Make sure the shoulders are soft. Make sure the face and the jaw are relaxed. And that the mind has an opportunity to settle into this pose as well. Go ahead and bring the leg back up to center. Hug the right knee into the chest. Cross the right leg over the left. Take your hips over to the right edge of your mat and drop the knees over to the left. This will be a 2-minute hold. It's our spinal twist for today. If you like a different variation, you want to straighten that left leg down or extend, I can't because I have my house here, but if you wanted to extend that right leg out, whatever feels good to you, 2 minutes. Spinal twist. Final expression of the pose would be to look over that right shoulder over to the right hand, but only if it's amenable to the neck. Maybe you get to even perform your own little chiropractic exercise here. Maybe you'll find yourself giving yourself a self-adjustment. Are any of you learning? I know you can't really answer, but how self-sufficient you really are. All the things you thought you could never do were being invited to try. And then some things you just say like, okay, nope, that's not going to be in my wheelhouse in this lifetime, and that's okay too, right? You're at a minute. You have 1 minute left in this luscious spinal twist. I don't know if any of you are recognizing your great ability to adapt, to lean in, even though we don't quite know what we're leaning into. The sooner that we accept what's going on in front of us and maybe grieve what we thought we knew a little bit, for sure, 100%, I think it's important. But then we kind of clear space and we can sit with what is, and we don't have to look at what the future is going to be yet, because we don't know. And you know what? We never knew. We never really knew anyway. Now we know that. Right? Uh-oh, I'm on a rant. Just breathe into the spinal twist. And go ahead and start to come back to the center of your back. Ouch. All right. Take your hips and shift them back towards center. Extend your legs out in front of you. Again, your arms over your head. Big inhale. Exhale, knees back into the chest. Lift up your head. Relax your head back down. Shimmy and shift side to side. Massage that lower back. So you've been your own chiropractor, you're your own masseuse. Who knew? Extending that right leg down and then reaching for your strap if you took it, or you feel like you need it on this leg or you need it on the other one, and taking the left leg up towards the sky. Again, putting a flex in the foot, actually putting a flex in both feet helps this to become a much more intense, like active pose. 5 breaths. Notice if you're having tension in the back of the neck. It's always nice to tilt the chin just a teeny bit towards the neck just to neutralize it. All right, we're ready to send that left leg out to the left, taking that beautiful inner thigh stretch. So I'm not able to fully show you here because of the window. You can bend the right knee and place the foot down on the ground, or you can extend it. We just don't want to let the right hip pop up. We're going to wedge it down with our hand. 5 breaths with that left leg open up to the side. When you're ready, leg back up to center. Bend the right knee if it's not already on the ground and release the strap. And cross that right leg over the left. Left leg over the right, sorry. Okay, shift your hips over to the left edge of the mat. Take your spinal twist the other way, dropping the knees over to the right or extending the bottom leg and the top or either. Extending the left arm and looking over that left shoulder to the left hand. So you have a 2-minute hold here. Time really flew. And I'm gonna run and grab some music that I can put on for you for your Shavasana. No, I'm not. I changed my mind. Stay with this. Let's just sit in this together. Okay. Just breathe. So this is not a plug for anything, I promise you guys, but I know that Stephanie is teaching a foam roller class. I think it's at 12:30, I'm not sure. But if you have a foam roller, and I don't know how your body's been feeling, but if you really want to give yourself a self massage, the foam roller is amazing. And I think it's probably going to be an extremely incredible class. You have a little over a minute. I'm so happy that you guys showed up this morning. I almost was not going to teach the class today, as Kelly and Stephanie know. I was feeling a little down yesterday, and sometimes when I feel like that, I don't know that I have anything to offer, but the truth of it is that when I step into this arena, it's my greatest tool. I'm immediately in a higher self place. I hope that yoga does that for you as well. So I'm so happy that you guys are here. You all mean the world to me. 25 seconds. When you're ready, start to come back to the center of your backs, lifting the knees up, dismantling the legs and extending the legs out in front of you, giving them a shake. I'd like you to take a moment or two and do anything else that you feel that you need to do to get yourself comfortable enough to find your way into your Shavasana positioning. And then when you're ready, find your way to your backs. Allow the hands to rest gently by your sides and the legs to open up as they need. Doing a quick travel throughout the body in your mind's eye, looking for any leftover areas of tension or tightness. I'm going to ask you to breathe into those spaces. Becoming as heavy as you can on your mat. Knowing how supported you are all the time, whether it feels like it or not. Feel the earth underneath your body. Feel the breath as it moves through you, oxygenating and giving life to all of your internal organs, calming your mind. Tapping into your beautiful hearts. Watching how the inhalation expands and opens the heart. Exhalation draws you back into yourself, all that heart energy. Inhaling, sending pink light from your heart into the world. Exhaling, drawing the love from the world back into you. Reminding yourself of the oneness, all things being the same. Constantly remembering that love is all that's true. Stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. Stay all day if you choose. Thank you so much for showing up this morning. From my heart to yours, I'm sending you an incredible amount of love. Namaste.